Hello everyone, welcome to Karnataka Competitive Hub, a step to change your life.
Today, we will be learning about some of the alternative energies which were there in news recently. Energy topic becomes important for various competitive exams like KS, FDA, SDA, PSI, and often questions from this topic are asked. So let's begin. The first is indigenous fuel cell. Recently, India's first indigenous fuel cell system was developed by Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, that is CSIR. It was in partnership with Thermax Limited, a Pune-based engineering firm. It was developed under the flagship program named New Millennium Indian Technology Leadership Initiative. It will be a 5 kilowatt fuel cell system and will use methanol or biomethane to generate power with 70% more efficiency than other sources. About fuel cell technology. A fuel cell is like a battery that generates electricity from an electrochemical reaction. Here, hydrogen is used as fuel, but it involves no combustion. And with the help of oxygen present in the air, oxidation of hydrogen atoms occurs, and electrons which are released in the process flows through an external circuit as an electric current. The byproduct of the fuel cell include heat and water. A fuel cell can vary from a tiny device producing only a few watts of electricity right up to a large power plants producing megawatts. About New Millennium Indian Technology Leadership Initiative. As this indigenous fuel cell system is developed under a flagship program named New Millennium Indian Technology Leadership Initiative, it becomes important to know about this. It is an initiative of CSIR and is the largest public-private partnership effort within the R&D domain in India. It basically works on the technology and it want to retain India a leadership position by synergizing the best competencies of publicly funded R&D institutions, academia and private industry. So its objective is to catalyze innovation centered scientific and technological developments and making Indian industry a global leader. So far, it has evolved more than 50 largely networked projects in diverse areas like agricultural and plant biotechnology, general biotechnology, bioinformatics, drug and pharmaceuticals, chemicals, materials, information and communication technology, and energy. Now let us know about CSIR, that is Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. It was established as an autonomous society by the Government of India in 1942 under Societies Registration Act of 1860. The President of CSIR is Prime Minister of India. It is an R&D organization known for its cutting-edge R&D knowledge base in diverse science and technological areas, and it is mainly funded by the Ministry of Science and Technology. Now let us know about fuel cell electric vehicles. It uses hydrogen as source of fuel and an oxidant to create electricity. Unlike a battery electricity vehicle, it does not store energy and instead relies on a constant supply of fuel, hydrogen and oxygen. Unlike the combustion engine cars, there is no moving parts in the fuel cell. So, they are more efficient and reliable by comparison. And they produce much smaller quantities of greenhouse gases. It should be noted here that it produces much smaller quantities of greenhouse gases, which means they produce greenhouse gases but in much smaller quantity, and we should not conclude that they do not produce any greenhouse gases. Recently, a intercity electric bus was started in Maharashtra from Pune to Mumbai. Now we will be knowing about hydrothermal carbonization. This is waste to energy producing process. This technology is already in use in Japan and Germany. And in India, about 55 million tons of municipal waste is produced every year, out of which 85% is biodegradable. So this technology becomes an advantage to manage the waste in India. Recently, IIT Kharagpur has developed hydrothermal carbonization technology which can generate energy from solid waste with high moisture content. About hydrothermal carbonization. The technology is aimed at conversion of wet biomass into hydrochar, a coal-like fuel, under suitable temperature and pressure conditions. The hydrochar is rich in carbon and high calorific content, so it can be used as fuel, as an alternative for coal, as feedstock for gasification, as a soil additive for nutrient enrichment, or as an absorbent for activated carbon. And its byproducts include ash, which can be applied as a plant nutrient enhancer because of its phosphorus content, and also a potassium loaded liquid that can be used for watering plants. About hydrothermal carbonization. The technology is aimed at conversion of wet biomass into hydrochar under suitable temperature and pressure conditions. This hydrochar is rich in carbon and has high calorific content, and it can be used as fuel. Its byproduct can be used as fertilizers.
Thank you for watching. Like the video, subscribe and share the channel. And for the quick updates, click on the bell icon.